everyone, my name is iiqrah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is going to be my Spain travel vlog. Let's go! Ding! So early morning of 28th April, I woke up all excited to go to Spain. This is my day 1 OTD slash airport outfit. This beautiful lavender color dress that I got from Amazon, but the neckline is a bit too low, so I wore a gunji inside. Also made some effort to wear bracelets, some makeup, earrings. I'd say I was looking pretty good. Ate an omelette wrap for breakfast while watching Spain-related videos. By 9:23, I was all set to head to the station to catch my train to the airport. The ride was only about 20 minutes and another 10 minutes walk to Terminal 3, queue for my Schengen visa check. My flight to Santander was at 12:25 and I was flying Ryanair for the first time. I got the non-priority flight ticket that only allowed one backpack with specific dimensions, which was perfect for a short weekend getaway solo trip. Now, I didn't even know a place called Santander existed. I pretty much just went to Ryanair website, put in my departure airport, intended flight date and duration of stay, selected the any destination feature to get the most intriguing yet cheapest option available. And that's how I ended up booking this solo trip. Unfortunately, the weather was not on my side, rarely ever is, but the excitement of solo traveling definitely took over me. The flight was pretty alright. I'm so proud of making conversation with the person sitting next to me. Can't remember his name, but hello to the guy who is a painter from Wigan, if I remember correctly. Safely landed in Santander. The airport name is pretty long and hard to pronounce, and unfortunately, the cloudy weather followed. Went through the security check, and the very first Spanish word I learned at the airport is for toilets. Aseos. Best trick for me to remember that is thinking of it as an operating system for your ass. Here's my happy dance on reaching Santander safe and sound. Headed out the airport through these spinning gates, the bus to the city center is just on your right, called Alsa City S4. They only accept cash and cost €2.90, but unfortunately the €5 note that the bus driver gave me back was torn and taped. So nobody accepted it back from me, and I think it'll just stay with me as a souvenir for the rest of my life. City center was just one stop away, about 15 minutes ride, and I saw tons of Santander banks along the way. One of the first peculiar things I noticed about Santander is the crossing. Some zebra crossings don't have the pedestrian button, so you're just supposed to cross and hope nobody hits you, which was kind of challenging and unfamiliar to me. It was late afternoon by now, so I was kind of getting hungry, so I tried to stop by this place called 100 Montaditos. But oh man, when I looked at the menu, I could not understand anything whatsoever apart from tandoori and bacon, I guess. The thought of me typing such long names to figure out what they are and then order it was so off putting that I decided to stay hungry and then tackle this life skill. This statue represents my sentiments perfectly. This was me feeling all hyped up in the morning to come to Spain. Then I became a bit conscious of crossing roads, and the final straw that broke this camel's back was not understanding the menu and coming out of the restaurant without food. Anywho, this was a beautiful park on my way to the Airbnb while also exploring the city of Santander. Crossed a bridge, finally came across these indicators for crossing. I like how it's animated. The center was pretty empty and quiet, which I later learned is because there is a tradition in Spain of siesta, basically a nap, particularly after lunch, that people like to take. I'm not sure why, but I was very fascinated by these cute, round looking garbage bins that were outside. They just look so cuddly. Yet another Spanish word I understood instantly, farmacia, which is pharmacy. Now, coming to the most fascinating thing I discovered in Santander were these escalators just in the middle of the road. This was just so fascinating to me that even though my Google Maps didn't ask me to take these, I just had to. Turns out I kept going up even though I didn't need to, so the Airbnb became a bit of a struggle to find. I don't even know how I'm gonna get down because I don't know if I'm supposed to go through this way, but I saw an escalator, so I thought might as well take it. But now I have no idea how I'm gonna go down. But this is so cool, a freaking escalator in the middle of the road. Nice. Airbnb tour. Very simple one bedroom flat that I mostly booked for the view. I have no idea what this wire thing is outside my window. If anyone knows, please let me know. Far in the distance, you can see the water that was becoming one with the sky due to the cloudiness, and also could spot a cruise that I'm not sure where it was heading to. Mandatory room tour spin. My hair at this point had gotten extremely frizzy, but this underlining feeling of happiness of making it to my Airbnb in a whole new country where I don't understand the language was pretty cool. Next, I spent so much time to figure out where to eat and what, but almost all restaurants were closed at this particular time. But I decided to go food water hunting slash city exploring. Made sure to be extra vigilant of my Airbnb location to know how to get back on my return. Made a mental note of the staircase, building aesthetics, and this signboard. Okay, now I'm just like walking around. It's so quiet. There's literally hardly anybody on the street. It just feels so weird. I just hope I know my way back to my Airbnb because it's like in some staircase and I have no idea where. So hopefully I'll be able to um, reach back home. I have my keys here. Uh, but yeah, there's so much language barrier, and the worst part is food, man, because I think food is going to be a problem. But yeah, right now my goal is to find either a grocery store or a restaurant. By far, the most exciting bit has been these really cool looking dustbins. I don't know. That's been my highlight of Spain so far. I did spot a Kashmir kebab shop. Unfortunately, it was closed, as was a lot of other places. So I just abandoned my plans to eat yet again and explore the neighborhood. Few minutes down the road, I saw this water body area and this thing that looked like Mahatma Gandhi, but I could be wrong. Stumble upon yet another tourist spot of the statues of these boys at the port ready to dive. Even though I was starving, the overall vibe of the place was pretty nice, so I decided to sit by a bench for some time and just people slash dog watch. Soon the hunt for food resumed. Followed the pigeon around that led me to this bar restaurant that looked opened, but yet again was a failure in finding food. So that was such a big fail because like I had to show actions of like food, and then he started speaking to me in Spanish and I was so like confused. And then he was like 7:30 and it's 6 right now, so no food until 7:30. I'm gonna die, dude. I feel like I'm gonna die of hunger here. Man, there's language barrier, there's food barrier. But I was determined to feed myself, so I walked a bit more and stumbled across Gomez Fusion with this really helpful board outside that had familiar looking food related words. The actual menu was a bit daunting, but after a bit of Google translating, I decided to order bocadillo de rabas and hope for the best. Best decision I've made so far. It was a calamari sandwich with chips on the side, and I also ordered a cup of mocha. The waiter was extremely helpful and sympathetic towards me, not understanding Spanish, and he tried his best to communicate in English. He also asked me if I was streaming or making a YouTube video and took my YouTube channel name. He was really good looking, by the way. I didn't ask for his name, but I think it's Mihai because someone called Mihai that looks like him subscribed recently. Hi, Mihai, if you're watching this, you were really lovely. Thank you so much for feeding me. I'll appreciate it for life. My bill came in this cute box, was only 12.5 euros. This is the restaurant website and social. Please go follow them. And if you're ever in Santander City, I highly recommend you all visit this place. Okay, now I'm walking back. I'm actually going to a grocery store because I need water. I just realized I haven't had water since morning. I'm so proud of myself that I actually, sorry, I'm a little out of breath because it's like an uphill walk. Uh, yeah, I'm so proud of myself that I actually fed myself. And the food was actually really good. So yeah. Found a random grocery store that was open, got a 2-liter water, and yet again took an escalator from the middle of the road that I didn't need to. But this time it led me to a freaking lift in the middle of nowhere. Santander is just full of confusing surprises. So again, took this lift that I didn't need to, went to the first floor of the road. So I reached another road. But surprisingly, it was the right path to take because it led me straight to my Airbnb without using Google Maps. I was amazed at that coincidence. Decided to take some pictures that were not good at all, but whatever. And then this happened. Guys, I feel so out of place right now. Basically, I thought my Airbnb is on the third floor, but it was actually on the second floor. So I kept shoving my key in this random stranger's keyhole until he opened the door and looked at me with the most confusing, disgusted look I've ever seen. And I felt so embarrassed. I profusely apologized and just ran away. I was too overwhelmed to come out of that embarrassment that I didn't really record anything else until the next day. Somehow I figured how to get back to my Airbnb, called a friend up, and just talked to him in English for hours because I was too tired of not being understood after landing in a new country. This experience has somewhat made me understand how much of a difference language barrier creates that I didn't really face while moving to Qatar or the UK. So, yeah, that's already a lot for day one. See you for day two and three, where I tried surfing, a few other food, and just explored the city in general. Okay, bye! Thank you, Param and George, for supporting me on Patreon. Thank you.